All right, example 2 says the club is taking a trip with both vans and cars. They will use two fewer cars than vans. Each van sits six people, and each car sits four, including drivers. The number of people in vans is 14 more than the number of people in cars. Which system of equation can be used to find V, the number of vans for the trips, and C, the number of cars for the trips? So in this situation, okay, the first thing you have to do is identify the two variables. So usually, like I said, it's towards the end, but if not, then you do have to think about the two things that we're talking about. But in this case, we're lucky and it gives us what two variables we're talking about. So we're talking about vans, which is in this case, the V represents the number of vans. So V, okay, is the number of vans. And then we also have C, okay, C, and it tells us that C is the number of cars. So C is the number of cars. All right, so now I did step 1. Now we're going to do step 2. Create two equations by connecting the variables of the value and use the keywords to determine the operation. So we're going to read this question again. Now we're going to annotate as we go through. Okay, so it says the club is taking a trip for with both vans and cars. They'll be using two, so I'm seeing that number 2, okay, fewer. So I know I have to subtract because that word means fewer, okay? All right, so I know I have to subtract cars. So cars, we know that that is RC, then vans. So I'm going to make sure I write those letters so that we see, and then vans is V. All right, because this one says that we're taking two fewer, so that means, okay, we're two fewer cars. So that means that we know the cars we have to start. We're going to be definitely subtracting, okay. But in this case, because it says fewer, this keyword right here, okay, and tells us fewer, that means that we're going to we're talking about the cars. So this is what we're going to have equal. So we're going to say, I'm going to write this in kind of, we'll do purple. Yeah. All right. So because this statement says right here, fewer than, okay, so that means that we're going to talk about cars, okay, is equal to, because this is fewer. All right. Fewer than two, or in this case, V, and then minus 2. V minus, okay, because we're subtracting 2. All right, and the key words are here, fewer than. So those are words that kind of tell you to turn around. So this 2 will go behind, okay. All right, so we have that. All right, so the next part says each van seats 6 people. So I know vans is my next part. So I'm going to do this in kind of an orangey color, okay. So each van sits 6 people, and each car sits 4 people, okay. All right, so I know that vans have 6 people. So I'm going to write that. That may become very important. So 6 people. Vans have 6 people. So I know my vans goes with 6, the V goes with 6. And then my car has 4. Okay, my car has 4 people. Ooh, I did not mean to change it to yellow. Meant to put that as an orange. All right, so car has 4. We know that our van's going to have 6, and then our car has going to have 4. All right, so the number of people in vans is, so they're telling us right here, okay, vans, I know that that is our V, okay, so V, and then the word is, remember that word is tells us that it's equal. So let me do this in a reddish color. All right, vans is equal. 14 more, so more than, so we know we're gonna have to add, okay, 14 more more than the number of people in cars. So I know I'm going to have to add 14 plus your cars. So cars will be, well, it's not actually green. Cars is my C, and plus C. All right, because we're adding. All right, so now, okay, remember we're talking about people. So this statement is talking about people. So if you want to see, so this statement talks about number of people. So how many people do we have for vans? We have 6. So I'm going to make sure that that 6 goes with that V because it has represents our van. All right, and then how many people do we have for cars? We have 4, so we're gonna put that 4 right in front of the cars because we know that there's 4 people. All right, so let's look at our answer choices. Okay, remember one of our equation has to be C is equal to V minus 2 because of that first part. So I can already eliminate B because it has V equals, so we don't want that. Okay, and I can also eliminate C because it also says V equals. All right, so the next part, okay, so let's see, C equals V minus 2, so yes, that has it. Okay, both of those have it. All right, so the next part, you're going to look at your second equation. So the second equation has C equals, but remember C, it represents the number of cars. So I can eliminate A, okay, but before I do that, let's check D. All right. D has 6 V's, so remember that's vans, 6 vans, 6 people per van, and then is equal to 4C, so we do have 4C, okay, that's correct. This is correct, and then plus 14. So we've seen that all of this has the same number, so therefore our answer is D in this case. Okay, it is not C because we don't have those same numbers for the variables. All right, and that's all it is.